My name is Frederick Karrast. I am the Executive Vice Chairman, Chief Operating Officer, and co-founder of an enterprise software company called Okta. Okta is the leading independent provider of identity for the enterprise. Very excited to be here this morning with my friend Dominic Shine. Dominic, could you please introduce yourself?
That would be a pleasure, Freddie. Hi, everyone. I'm Dominic Shine. I'm Global Chief Technology Officer for Dentsu. Dentsu is a large global media services organization, about 70,000 people providing world-leading solutions to clients for every stage of the sales, marketing, and commerce journey.
That's great. So, Dom, you and I have had I've been fortunate. You can decide whether or not you consider it fortunate. I've been fortunate to work with you now for a number of years, both at Dentsu and in previous organizations. Let's just start by talking a little bit about what's happened here over the last year. Tell us about some of the challenges, some of the opportunities you've been facing, both on the commercial side, thinking about productivity, and obviously such a large organization across 9 key brands, just a lot to manage and maintain there.
Yeah, absolutely. Dentsu's been going through a major transformation actually for the last 2 years. Our goal is still the same, to provide a comprehensive range of services to help clients succeed throughout the sales, marketing, advertising, and commerce journey. But we're moving from being a geographic portfolio of hundreds of separate brands to become a more integrated global organization based around a smaller number of lead brands, as you mentioned, 3 major service lines, 3 regions, all supporting those functions. We're making really big moves to grow revenue and improve margin and to make the business more effective, sustainable, and effective. And all of this is powered by a modern, flexible technology foundation, which is underpinned by really great cloud infrastructure and software products like Okta. So I'm a busy man. I'm a happy man. It's a great company. We're doing great things.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. So let's talk a little bit, obviously, very self-serving. I have some interests in what you're doing around identity. So let's talk a little bit about identity. What role does identity play when you think about some of the challenges and some of the opportunities that you have? Why do you think that identity is so important to what you're all doing, not only on the workforce side for your employees and your contractors and consultants, but also on the customer identity and access management side, making sure you have a seamless role and transition in this digital transformation that everyone talks about. So let's talk a little bit about that role of identity, and then obviously a little bit about why Okta and how Okta is working for you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, identity is crucial to us in such a large organization with so many employees and so much change. It's absolutely crucial we have a secure backbone. And Okta has been at the heart of our cloud-first strategy since we started our modernization journey 3 years ago. And identity is truly central to the way we provide secure access to our 70,000 employees. Okta was actually the first platform that were deployed consistently across the entire group, and we did it very rapidly. And when we started, it was providing access to the usual suspects: Salesforce, Workday, Office 365, Azure, AWS, etc. But now it secures access to over 1,800 different applications of all different types across the Dentsu group. And what's brilliant is that we've also matured the processes so that we have real automation now of the way we grant and withdraw access to all those applications. And we do that using Okta Workflow connected to Workday, so we can provide really quick provisioning of secure access when we onboard new team members. Of course, most of that right now is at home, but that's fine. It works really well. And also we can automate the removal of those access rights when they change role or they leave the organization. So Okta has been an excellent partner for us on that journey, and it's been crucial to allow us to move rapidly and effectively during that digital transformation.
Okay, so let's talk, Dom, a little bit about COVID-19. Obviously, we've been sitting now in a pandemic for coming up on a year. We've all been forced to very quickly adjust to a very different work environment from home, as you mentioned. You and I were talking about it earlier. I think the last time that I saw you in person was almost 18 months ago, which is hard to believe. And then teams are, suddenly dispersed. Obviously, everyone has to be digital first, but everyone's also very isolated out there. How has COVID-19 impacted and affected your business? How is the transition to remote working gone? And what role have you seen your identity and infrastructure play in enabling that? And then, as we think about going forward, how has COVID impacted your future strategy? How have you find, obviously there's been a number of challenges, but I'm sure some opportunities have surfaced where you've said to yourself, hey, you know what, that's actually something I could take going forward as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. Let's unpack that a bit. So, look, our business, like many, was affected right from the first moments of the COVID outbreak in China and then across the board when the virus spread rapidly. Like many organizations, we were faced with the reality of asking, in our case, 70,000 people in over 100 countries to go home and carry on working almost overnight. And our business is all about people collaborating effectively, delivering excellent solutions to clients in creativity, data management, advertising, and commerce. And that human connection, collaboration is really important to us. But we were very fortunate because of the investment of the previous 2 years and the modernization of our technology that the vast majority of our collaboration and business tools were SaaS platforms, and all of our data and infrastructure was in the cloud. So we were very lucky that we were ready. And Okta is clearly an important part of this. It's a gateway to all these tools, but all of those other tools were really important. And our business leaders were delighted to see that their teams continued to deliver amazing work to clients and home. And luckily, it was largely business as usual from the get-go. And it did a lot, really, to reinforce our business leaders the importance of ongoing investment in technology, and it raised the level of respect and appreciation for the tech team. And look, if there is any silver lining out of this very difficult time, we all know it's forced all of us to think differently about the way we work, how we live in the future. So we're very focused now on the future workplace opportunities, looking at the aspects around people, property, and technology, so that we can provide our teams with more flexibility and choice about where they work, where they live. We can ensure offices are highly tuned to support that collaboration with teams that are there physically and those remotely. And of course, that we're using the best technology that's available to power all of this. So out of a dark period, I think some light will come. We're very excited about the potential to improve the working life for everyone and to make it more cost efficient and more technology enabled.
Yeah, that's great. That is certainly, talk about making lemonade out of lemons. It seems as though you've really taken advantage of the opportunity to find some hidden gems there. A lot of what you just talked about is on the workforce side. So your employees, your contractors, consultants, making sure they have access to a lot of the applications and infrastructure that's required to do their day-to-day jobs. As you mentioned earlier on, you obviously have been an early adopter of cloud technology, so you don't have that much going on in data centers and mainframes. And so getting access to a lot of that was pretty easy. Look, a big part of this also, though, is what's happened with digital transformation. I mean, the numbers that I've seen have really shown a dramatic acceleration. I think what I saw was, at least in North America, e-commerce as a percentage of commerce overall, in 2010, it was 6%. And in January of 2020, it was 16%. So over that decade, it had grown 10%. From January 2020 to July 2020, it went from 16 to 27% of all commerce in North America was done as e-commerce. So literally more progress over the first 9 months of last year compared to the previous decade. Talk to me a little bit about how you think about that strategy for your customers. Obviously, making sure that seamless identity and ensuring that someone has a great experience is a key part of that. I know you've been doing a lot around some very core projects. How do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you say, we've talked about the enterprise technology work that we do, so how we keep the business running effectively. The other big job for my technology team is absolutely what you're talking about, is to work with each of our service lines to develop innovative products that we can help our clients with their go forward strategy. And a big focus of that, as you say, has been online commerce and helping organizations that have needed to raise their game. But more generally, with developing lots of products on a powerful multi-cloud phone that we've evolved over the last couple of years. And this is used by all of our different client service teams, whether they're in creative work, data work, whether they're helping large clients with their advertising strategy and spend. And increasingly, these tools are used by clients themselves to manage every step of the marketing journey. And this backbone that we call Dentsu Connect uses Okta to provide access to those capabilities. And that's integrated in the client's own identity infrastructure. So it's really a win-win for everyone. So as we help our clients to benefit from this rapidly growing online commerce explosion, it's great that we've got a really capable set of tools, including Okta, that make that possible. And it's been exciting to see, that evolution of Okta from just helping us run the business internally to also really helping us with clients as well.
That's great. And then taking a step back, though, in your role as global chief technology officer, you've obviously been a leader in information technology and business process reengineering for 10, 20 years now. It must be pretty exciting for you, just given what you've seen and the transitions that have happened over the last few years. Taking, for example, what you just talked about, that media ecosystem project where you can really connect with all of your customers, having modern technology enable that must just be really exciting for you when you think about what's possible and all the challenges you had just standing up infrastructure 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, it's really exciting. And I think it's what's also great about it is, obviously many of us have been pushing the importance of these tools, these technologies, these new ways of working. And of course, many, many organizations have adopted that and have been successful. But there have been a very large number of organizations and clients that maybe didn't feel the need and didn't feel that pressure. And, again, one of the good things that's come out of this crisis, I think, is really helping all organizations make that leap, go on their own digital transformation journey. And it's very, exciting and encouraging for those of us that work in those sorts of industries and those clients to help clients on that journey and to really get the most value out of technology. So very exciting times.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Dominic, thanks again for taking some time out of your busy schedule to chat with us. It's so good to see you, at least, even if I can't see you in person. It's so great to see you and spend some time. And it's so great to see and hear how Dentsu's navigated the last year and how you've thought about infrastructure, technology, identity, and the key roles these have all played in making your team successful. So thanks again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I look forward to seeing you soon in person again.
Likewise, Freddie, always a pleasure, and looking forward to meeting you and lots of other of our great colleagues in person as soon as we can. Stay healthy and all the best.
Sounds great. Thanks, Dom. Take care.